Yes.
Okay. Professional. Professional.
Professional, bro.
Professional business.
Setup is giving.
Professional
What can I
business.
say?
So yeah, guys, we got the one, the only Justin Thebus on the pod. He's the first guest. I was always gonna make him the first guest. Justin, how are you feeling today?
Now I'm happy. But nervous, But
Yeah, nah, it happens. It happens. It happens. But it's lovely to have you on the pod.
thank you, and I appreciate I'm flattered to be the first guest on the pod.
He's the goat. I had to get him on. ETM, he knows. He knows the mindset. He knows the business.
Mm.
But Justin, so my first question to you is, what have you been up to for the past few months?
For the past few months, I think I've just been trying to find myself, honestly.
I agree with that.
Improving in all aspects, I'd say,
Yes.
financially, mentally, physically, and most importantly, spiritually.
Yes, amen.
Yeah, I was actually thinking earlier on, like how my relationship with God or with Jesus,
Yes.
it's like it's completely, how can I say, it improved so much
It does
compared
improve
to
so much.
last year.
Yeah.
Like last year, I know I posted a lot of Christianity things and stuff,
But you wouldn't be there. Yeah.
like, I don't know, man. It is more, okay, I wouldn't say for sure, because I did truly believe in
Yeah.
God and
But your heart wasn't in the right place.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's like I include him in everything,
Yes.
man. He's been doing
Amen, brother. That's good.
wonders, man.
I'm glad he spoke about that, because I've been going through the same thing, to be honest. I've been trying to this year also, I've been trying to find myself. I've been trying to include Jesus in my daily life and stuff. I'll be honest with you, it's tough though.
Yeah.
It's very, very tough. You know what I mean? Spiritually stuff, you go through a lot of things, and then the devil wants to put the message in your ear that you're unworthy of this, unworthy of that. And then sometimes you fall victim and you believe it, but then you actually got to realize that you know what I mean, the one and only and the way is Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
That's just the way to go. But Justin, how has life been out of high school? Adjusting and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Because we just used to be used to classes and fixed times, timetables, and all that stuff.
I'd say it was hectic, man, because there's a lot more responsibilities
Yes,
now.
100% is.
I would say that I had to become more independent.
Yes.
Like there was times where I literally traveled on a bus alone. It's something out of my comfort zone, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I would generally say that it's more about the responsibilities are more you have to become more independent.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think there's a bit more pressure now because the next steps is going to determine your future. Whereas in high school, the next steps was just, I don't know, maybe to get a good grade on a test or to get
100%. But Justin, so I know that you're into business and entrepreneurship, but if I may ask, what is your inspiration into going into that field, into going into business and entrepreneurship?
Like you mean auto?
Yeah. Who inspired you to go into business and entrepreneurship?
No, this is actually crazy. The first person that actually got me interested in business was actually Mr. David.
Oh, is it? The goat himself.
Like since I joined his class back in 2022.
Yes.
I don't know, like I literally had a whole career path, and then I started getting influenced or introduced to these entrepreneurial gurus such as Iman Kachi.
Yes.
Who else was another guy? But
Alex Omozi, all of them.
All of them, and then they just changed my mind. And
you guys are, come on, breathe in, guys, come on, breathe in. You have to know he is the OG guy. You know what I mean? Even though some people might have been there longer than him, he became famous and he took the world by storm and stuff. So
exactly,
you know what I mean? But yeah, and then Justin, I know you're busy with your own personal stuff like that. Obviously, it's too personal to talk about on the pod.
Yeah.
But how do you balance ambition with reality? Like, how do you balance it with work, school, and just your daily life?
Now I'm becoming better. I started realizing
it's all about getting better.
I started realizing that all the things I do now, it's almost like delayed gratification.
Yes.
All the efforts I put in now, I would eventually reap in the future.
Like Mr. David said, what you reap is what you sow.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just with regards to time management. I would say that now recently I've been getting up much earlier. Um, yeah, I've been getting up much earlier to get more things done.
Yeah.
Because I know that the days can be hectic, trying
It
to
can.
balance like work things,
Yes.
working out,
Yes.
time with God, and
Time
then
with
all
family,
the exactly and then all the little things like, for
the minor
example,
stuff, yeah.
the washing and eating, like all if you after all those things, then we only left with a limited amount of time and to actually work on certain things.
to ourselves and all that stuff.
And the thing is, after doing all those things, like prior to being left out with that small space, like for example, the working out, they're all draining, man.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So when you have that little time left to actually work on your goal, work on your business, work on your endeavors or whatnot, it feels tiring, man. But you know what? It's
all part of the process.
That's part of the process, you know. And a lot of people, I was actually watching the Brave Scales video earlier on, and he said that he sometimes missed those parts, man, when he was busy working up to the goal that he eventually achieved. You know, the foundation phase, you can say. Like he missed those things. So yeah, at the same time, I'm really trying to grasp the hardships that I face, or maybe the tiredness of working towards those goals. I think. Yeah, but
I think you just gotta enjoy the process, to be honest.
Yeah, enjoy the process.
Like even with me making content and stuff like that, like I'm seeing a bit of traction stuff. It's pulling off from where I was, but I think I'm just more trying to not try and get to the goal too fast because I want to grow also while I'm going through this process, because I don't want to get to, like, I don't know if you watched my first podcast episode, but I said that I don't want to get to a place but I'm not mature enough to receive the opportunity that God has given me. And that could be said with a lot of things. Like I don't want to blow up on YouTube and then I let it get to my head and now I'm that guy and stuff like that. Like I'll be mature enough to accept it and be thankful and build a good community, you know what I mean? But and then also, Justin, what is your thoughts on Gen Z and the concept of money? Because you know everybody's power hungry nowadays.
Oh, that's true. With regards to Gen Z, I would say that social media actually plays a big role, man.
It does, 100%.
I'd say that a lot of the Gen Z, or like our
Generation.
people, our generation, people more or less our age, we are all like, we feel this pressure to be on this person's level. Like, oh no, you will get certain people.
Too much comparisons, yeah.
Exactly, comparison's the thief of joy.
Yep, comparison's the thief of joy.
And like I just feel that there's much more pressure nowadays, because you get people on social media that's people our age even, like, oh, I just retired my parents. Oh, I'm driving a Lamborghini.
And then he's sitting in your room thinking like, what am I doing wrong? Am I not working hard enough? It's crazy. It's actually crazy.
So my answer to that, I would just say that with regards to money and this Gen Z, I'd say that we are putting ourselves under too much pressure to meet a certain level, or
a certain standard.
A certain standard, yes. Especially with the influencers nowadays, like DJ or 23 100%. Years old, bought a 3 million odd rand. I'm not rand, dollar.
Yeah.
Hypercar, supercar. And then a lot of 23-year-olds would think, oh, what are they doing wrong?
Yeah.
You know, but in those moments we do have to realize that it's all part of God's timing, you know.
Yeah.
It's
just wait your turn, John. That's simple. You have to wait your turn.
Exactly. Like there was this one, not a parable, but there's one story saying that, oh, someone could become a millionaire by the age of 23, but then they die at the age of 30. Another person can become a millionaire at the age of 30 and then live up to 80. So 100%. Which one lived the more fulfilled life? You know, so trust in the Lord's timing.
This guy's a wise guy. Yo, this guy knows everything.
Yeah, that's what I can say.
You just gotta trust the process, yeah.
Yes.
And then what is your advice for people who want to grind, want to get into a space of, they want to either retire their parents, they want to reach a specific goal? What would you say to the camera? What would you tell them? I want to put some motivational music over this.
Okay. So I'd say, if God gave you a dream, you shouldn't really doubt it. Why? Because God wouldn't give you a dream he knew you weren't capable of achieving. And think of other people in this world. They were maybe in your situation, or they were in a situation in a situation where you are actually far more at an advantage, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, for example, we have more resources compared to maybe
people from 40 years ago.
Exactly.
Yes.
But if they could do it, why can't you? You know, anything is possible. All things are possible through God.
Yep. Philippians 4 verse 18.
I'm telling you,
do all things through Christ.
Who strengthens me. Yo.
Yes. So guys, we are gonna go to a quick this or that game.
Yeah. Okay.
So I got 10 questions prepared. And yeah. The first question is, would you at the moment start a business or would you work a medium paying 9 to 5?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the safer option is the
medium paying 9 to 5.
Yes.
Okay. And then second question is, money now or wealth later?
The money now, because I'm still young, maybe I'd make bad choices. I'd get pressured by social media, to prove everyone that they have the money. No, I'm thinking it was a long term, family, generational wealth.
Yep.
So yeah, I think the wealth later.
Okay, beautiful. And then would you, for the third question, would you prefer real life respect or social media clout?
Social media or having a personal brand, you can have so much influence over the world,
Yeah, you can.
It's like what Iman Gachi said. He said, the one thing that he can have, or one thing that if he were to lose everything, the one thing that would make him millions is his personal brand, which is his social
influence, yeah.
His influence.
Yeah.
But then again, having respect in real life, that's another thing. But
it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
No, honestly, I think the social media cloud.
Fizz. Wait, did you want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say because of the personal brand.
Yeah, the personal branding, and
I would have much more influence.
Okay, no, I agree with that. And then, would you rather be famous and broke, or would you be rich with no money?
Rich and no money. I mean, rich and no fame.
Rich and no fame on my days. I wrote this question on my bed.
Rich and no fame.
What's that? Okay, my mother's kind of interrupting us. What's wrong? No, it's fine. You can come. She just brought us donuts. She brought us a snack on the pod. That's a W. Thank you very much. But I asked you that question also. Would you rather be famous and broke, or rich with
no fame?
Yeah, with no fame.
Nah, I would say
I rewrote this fast last night.
I see.
Yeah, or rich with no fame.
Rich with no fame.
Of course. I mean, I would love to be rich on the low.
It's the way, man.
Best way to go. And then, would you want to stay young forever, or would you want to grow old and be wise?
Like when you say stay young, you mean immortal or just appearance-wise?
Immortal.
Okay, no, I wouldn't want to be immortal.
I wouldn't say immortal, but let's just say we just you stay at the ripe age. You stay at the good age. Like let's just say you stay 25.
That's a good question. I think I would want to get old. I want to see my grandchildren.
Yep. I'm gonna agree with that. Then, would you go 10 years back, or would you go 10 years into the future?
You know what? I think I'd actually go 10 years into the future because then I could be an advantage, or maybe see.
I would just want to see my future, to be honest.
See where I'm at.
You know what I mean? So 10 years into the future.
10 years into the future.
Yep. And then, at this moment now, would you want more time or more money?
There's the same time is money. I'd say more time. Actually, I'd say more time.
More time.
Because if I were to get a lot of money now, I wouldn't know how to necessarily maintain it. But I say with time, I could gain the knowledge and the wisdom on how to maintain the money then make more money.
I agree with that. A beautiful answer. Okay, then number 8. Would you want quick success with risk, or would you rather prefer a slow and steady grind?
These are good questions, because once again, who wouldn't want the money, especially at our age?
As much as we can say, "Oh, I'm not prepared for it." Like if we got it, we got it.
Exactly. But I do think that working towards it would be something like
more meaningful.
Exactly.
Way more meaningful.
And I would, like I said, I would be more wise with certain things. It's like this one saying, if I made you like Jack, like bodybuilder level, Chris Bumstead level.
Yeah. That's the dream. That's the dream.
But if I gave you that physique now, would you know how to maintain it? Would you know?
Of course not, because I didn't work for it.
Exactly. So, which is why I think the working up,
the working aspect there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that. And then, question number 9: would you inspire 10 million people, or would you help 10 people deeply?
Actually, I think helping them would be the
help 10 people deeply.
Yeah, help 10 people. 10.
I respect that.
10 million. Yeah.
Then the last question: would you meet your role model right now, or become someone else's role model?
I'd say I want to meet my
if I may ask, who is your role model at the moment?
Jesus Christ.
What a flipping goat. What a flipping goat. What an answer. I love that answer. I'm gonna agree with you, Ned. I would love to meet him. You'll meet him one day.
One day, God willing.
One day we'll meet him. And now we're gonna go on to faith. You know what I mean? Okay, Justin, please tell me on your relationship with God.
I would say it's a
work in progress.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm not perfect. I'm still working on it. Sometimes I'd fall into sin, but
happens.
It happens. We're not perfect, man. But I would say that it's definitely improving. Like it's constantly improving.
Yeah.
I would say that it gives me reassurance in certain situations. For example, when things is not maybe going your way, then you'd be like, oh no, this is part of God's plan. He has a meaning behind everything.
It's always a lesson to everything. Yeah.
Exactly. I would say it also helped me to trust Him in times when I'm uncertain. Like I've been uncertain so much times, but to trust in Him, trust in His plan. And also my relationship with God or Jesus, I would say that it has helped me. What's the word? I could overcome a lot of things. He has delivered me. There's the word. From a lot of things.
He's delivered me from a lot of things. Yes.
Like I would say lust is the big one.
Yeah. Like I think that's just the biggest problem in the world at the moment.
It is, but like for example, if I may be watching a movie and then I don't know, maybe some explicit scene come, then I get disgusted. Which is crazy for me to say.
You get conviction,
Exactly.
It's good,
Or like even what's this one TV show? Not Love Island. I think it was Too Hot to Handle.
Like it's lava. You can't say lava.
But I haven't watched it. I've not watched the previous season. But in Too Hot to Handle, like there was some girls that were wearing like bikinis and stuff, which were like a little revealing. It's just I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something in me.
Yeah.
It's just something in me changed. Like I can't anymore.
And I understand you. I think the biggest, because the thing with lust is it branches into so many different things. You can lust over people, over women,
over money.
Over money. That's what I'm saying. You lust over women. You can lust over money. What else can you lust over for? Lust over power. Lust over
fame,
over control. Like you see, it just branches into different things.
True.
I think that's just the main problem with the. I think the world is controlled by lust. Controlled by lust.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And then the second question on faith that I have is faith versus culture. So the question that I have is, how do you stay grounded with the normalities of the world today? How do you allow yourself, or how do you allow Jesus to help you stay grounded and obedient with the normalities of the world today? And we obviously know what those normalities are and stuff.
I would say I would just okay. I thought of something now.
You got it.
I would say that the world that we live in is temporary,
Yes.
But the kingdom of heaven is eternal. So,
yes, 100%.
Like the priorities should be why focus on something temporary? Why try to impress people of a temporary world or temporary people? Whereas you can, live up to the standard of God who is eternal.
Yes.
I would say just trying to abide by the commandments, Jesus' teaching.
Yes.
Trying to be obedient, or how can I say, I want to, or I at least try to I wouldn't say satisfied, but I think it's just trying to stay grounded in my faith. I mean, I know what the Lord approves of and what He doesn't approve of.
It's difficult. It's difficult.
It's hard
because I think the world is pushing out everything, like the bad stuff. They're pushing out everything.
The world normalizes sin.
They're just normalizing it completely, and it's getting worse. Sorry, excuse me. It's getting worse and worse every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I think it's just trying to stay grounded in the teachings of the Lord. You know what He approves of and what He doesn't approve of.
Yep.
And yeah, like I said, focus on what is eternal rather than what is temporary.
I like that. I agree with that. And then the last question for faith is, how does it fit your life?
I would say
your knowledge, feelings, everything.
I'd say that it's reassuring in certain instances, like I mentioned. Especially in times of uncertainty.
Yes.
Maybe they know why this is happening to you, but the Lord, He knows more than you.
He does.
He knows.
100%.
He knows what is going to happen in the next 5 years, 10 years.
Exactly what's best for us.
Exactly. He knows exactly what is best for us, and He knows when the timing is right. He knows when we are deserving of like certain things. So I would say that having that faith, it just reassures me in certain situations. I would say it helps me. It helps me prevent myself from getting into certain situations. It helps me distinguish between like what God wants for me and what the devil is putting into my ears as well. 100%. So I'd say, I would say mainly it's the reassuring thing, especially in times of uncertainty. God, it's part of God's plan. He'll make a way. He has your future out for you. He knows your goals, your desires. He would make a way when the time is right.
100%. I agree with everything this guy is saying because it's facts. Jesus is the way. He's the way of life. And then the last topic for the pod is the culture of Gen Z. In our generation, there's positives and there's negatives. But the first question I have on that is, how do you think social media affects mental health and society?
I'd say social media is addictive.
Yes.
It gives you that instant gratification, which it disturbs your dopamine levels.
Yeah. And I would say it's completely different than how it was 2 years ago.
Exactly.
Because I feel like coming home from a long day of school and then just sitting for 30 minutes and watching some Instagram reels was fine. That was calm. And then after you did your homework and did the assignments. But now that we have more time and stuff, like you can't allow yourself to indulge too much in social media because we have priorities now.
Yeah, priorities
and responsibilities.
That would help you stay away from the social media and stuff.
100%. But how do you think it affects mental health? Besides the dopamine that you were saying, sorry.
I'd say that it creates comparison.
Yes.
Even like in all aspects, in fitness, in wealth, in okay, now I'm trying to think what else do people compare to.
I mean,
oh no, sorry, I got distracted by the butterfly.
It's a beautiful butterfly.
I might say like oftentimes we maybe compare ourselves to
anything.
And we oftentimes forget that they are maybe on level 10, level 50.
And we're only on level like 5.
Exactly. We're still gonna get there, level 6, level 7 until we get there. They were in the exact same position we were in, whether it's wealth, whether it's fitness, whether it's, I don't know, maybe relationships. It's the comparison that's the thief of joy, and we should really just trust in our own journeys.
Our own process.
Someone could become a millionaire at the age of 20, but then die at the age of 30. And then another person becomes a millionaire at the age of 30, and then die maybe in the 80s or live a well-fulfilled life. We all have our own timing. So there's no point in comparing them.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think that the main problem is that everybody is just seeing the end result, but they're just seeing the end result, but they're not. Was that my dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody's seeing the end result, but they're not seeing how the people got there and how long it took them to get there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because like I said, we can look at Chris Bumstead and we can see his physique and be like, oh, he looks so huge. I want to get to that level.
Exactly.
But it took him like 10 years. He's been competing for how long? Even though he retired last year. But he's a 6-time Mr. Olympia in the classic division. But it took him a while to get there. You know what I mean? So I think that it's more of just understanding that you're on your own timing.
Exactly.
The main thing. But and then the second question I have is, what do you think motivates Gen Z the most? What do you think our generation thrives off of?
I'd say validation.
100%. Beautiful answer. But can you elaborate on why you say validation?
I'll speak for myself. Like, for example, even if I post maybe.
Yep. The instant gratification.
Like if I posted a picture on Instagram and then I maybe see a certain amount of likes and I feel good.
100%.
There was even a time in the beginning of this year actually. I started a YouTube channel. I didn't tell anyone.
Is it?
Yeah, beginning of this year, but I scrapped it because I wasn't.
You want to focus on it?
Not necessarily that, but I wasn't getting the views I wanted. I couldn't get that validation to motivate me to continue
100%.
going.
100%.
Even though I was probably in the wrong mindset, we all got to start somewhere.
Of course.
And then work our way up. But yeah, I do think it's the validation, not just from the likes. I think also from people's opinions or like for example, a lot of people maybe if they get quick money and then they would want purchase the Lamborghini instead of maybe invest. Get all those things so they can maybe prove
look appealing or put up a certain image.
Exactly, to get the validation from maybe the youth or the other people instead of rather using that money wisely to generate that wealth instead of it's like the previous question you asked about the like the money now or the wealth later. So yeah, I do think it's the validation we get from others.
I'm agreeing with everything this guy's saying because he's speaking facts. He's speaking absolute 100%. He's speaking. Hey. Stay with my donut, dog. But I'm gonna give that valid. You see, I also struggle with that, and I would say I'll still I'll be open. I'll be open to the audience. I'll be open to you. Like I still struggle with it. You know what I mean? Like you post a picture, you see all these lifestyle. You see all the girls like it. You see your friends commenting and stuff like that. You think, yo, I feel like man. I feel like you know what I mean? But I think that's bad because it creates a I think that it creates an image in your head that you have to be someone else because. Like I said in my previous podcast episode, the first one that I did by myself, Instagram is almost like the finished results. You're just seeing what people want you to see.
Yes.
You aren't seeing the real version of people. They're just showing 100%. You that the version like I can post all these jump pictures. I can post all these I can just post stuff. I can just post stuff about anything, you know what I mean? But it might not even be the real me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It can maybe just be like what I want you to see and what I want you to think because I want to relay or make you think that I'm a certain way. You know what I mean?
No, I completely agree with that. The thing with Instagram, they show you the highlights of their life. They show you the highs of the highs. They don't show the mediums or the lows. And then because they're just showing the highs and then they post a lot of the highs, even though the timelines is maybe different. Like for example, you see me go to Waterfront last week, and then maybe Monday I went to Joburg. Let's just say as an example, and now I only post those things. Skipping the Sunday because the Sunday I just chilled at home, so I had no reason to post.
There's no reason to post that.
And then you see those two things like
he's living the life.
You see people only post the highlights. It's a facade. I'd say. 100%. It's all an image. It's for image. I know a lot of people actually like they even the crazy thing is even some of these gurus that we see today, these entrepreneurial, they hire the Bugattis, I'm not gonna speak about anything.
No, he buys everything, guys. Cash.
But these guys, they hire out the cars, they hire out the villas. And then they make it seem as if this is how they got it.
The lifestyle,
they sell the lifestyle. That's what I can say about it. It's all a facade.
It's all a facade, And then the last question for this topic and for the podcast is, what is the one piece of advice that you could relay?
I had a feeling you were going to ask this.
I have to. It's the last question. What's one piece of advice you give to the next person? Whether it's emotionally, spiritually, or mentally, or physically, whatever.
I'd say, right now, I just need to remember the verse. I think it's Proverbs 3, verse 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all ways, submit to Him. But yeah, I would say, put God first in all things. Chase your goals. Oh, that's a big one. I like to emphasize like everyone has dreams, Chase them. What's stopping you from achieving your goals or chasing your dreams.
100%.
It's like I mentioned earlier on, God gave you that dream for a reason. He wouldn't have given it to you if you knew you weren't capable of achieving it. So
Yep.
I'd say that's my advice.
Beautiful. Justin, thank you so much for joining the pod. I appreciate you, my
Thank
brother.
you, brother.
The first guest in the pod, guys. Yeah, that is the end of the podcast. Thank you so much.
Cheers,
Tune in
guys.
for the next video.
ETM.
Yes, sir.